naturally gifted singers. Please welcome Alfie Boe. Never heard that before.
Never heard that before.
Clearly, you loved being in Les Mis, in the 25th anniversary sort of production, but then you had a chance to actually be in it proper, as it were, on the stage.
Yeah, I did a 5 or 6 month run in the West End, which was fantastic. Every night was a different show. Some nights in French, some nights in Japanese, some nights in German. There's great performances. Loved every night.
Is it a gruelling show to do? Is it take it out of you? Because it takes out the audience. It's hugely emotional.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 2.5 hour slog on stage, but and Jean Valjean is on all the time, and I do try and, as a performer, I think I do try and push myself on every show and make it different. And oh, there's me and Matt Lucas there.
Oh,
I'm the one on the left.
But of course, when you're singing an opera, which you do as well, you have a couple of nights on, or a night here and a night there. Yeah, as opposed to this, which is sung through, it's all singing, but you're on every night.
Yeah, well, I have to say and admit that I didn't do 8 shows a week. I actually did 6 a week, which was enough of Jean Valjean, and they weren't willing to pay me enough money to do 8. So, it was a joke. You
have to make a record to make a bit more money. So this is called Storyteller.
It is, yes.
The
what gave you that idea?
CD, because it says it's on the cover. So what's the premise behind this?
Well, it's an album of songs that basically are classic songs, classic tracks that have stood the test of time and have fantastic stories to them, linked with them, and that's what I see my job as a singer is basically a storyteller. You know, I'm telling a story through the power of music.
We've got Bridge Over Troubled Waters, Sun Ain't Gonna Shine Anymore, Shine a Light, It's Now or Never. I mean, it's interesting because over the last few years, you've really you've so established yourself as an operatic singer, and now to slide into, you know, you're going to do a bit of Walker Brothers for us later on. Are people quite, well, they're not now, I guess, because they're getting used to it. Were they surprised when you started?
I think a little bit they were, yeah. The classical establishment were pretty shocked about my decisions of the direction. But to be honest, I don't see any division between music. You know, I've tried to paint a visual picture of my idea of music, and I see it as music is like a train line that we're all travelling along, and the stations that we stop at are just the different genres. And sometimes you get off at the station, sometimes you stay on the train and bring people onto the train with you, and you're just mixing music, mixing genres, and playing damn good tunes, really, at the end of it.
Would it worry you if it prevented you, or not prevented you from doing opera, but stopped people inviting you to do opera? Is it important to you that you mix the two, that you can do both?
Well, I would hope that wouldn't be the case. I can't speak for the opera establishment or the classical industry. I don't class myself as a classical singer anymore because I think that categorises you, you know. I'd much rather to be known as just a singer. But a
lot of people would say singing pop songs, I use that word very loosely, singing popular classics like this, would ruins your voice. I mean, is that true? If a voice is trained, can it do both? Or is there a risk that by belting out, as it were, a pop song, you might spoil your operatic voice?
I don't think so. If you haven't had the training, I think it's a bit of a problem. You know, I think it's a bit of an issue. I think if you know how to sing correctly, if you know how to breathe, if you know how to place the sound, the right technique, the right pronunciation. And I was talking to Claire Richards about it earlier on, and when she was doing the opera programme, you know, Pop Stars to Opera Star, she said that when she went back to sing the repertoire with steps, she found that really helped her training. And
talking to Elaine Page last week, and she was saying so many people, young singers now coming on, don't know how to use it, they don't know the technique, and saying how important it was.
You know, I still use the same technique to sing a Puccini song or to sing a Walker Brothers track. You know, I'll use the same technique and the same voice.
Well, it clearly works, and it's clearly effective in both, because I would like to present you, Alfie Boe, with a platinum disc.
Oh, my goodness, wow.
For bringing home. Wow. It says, presented to Alfie Boe to recognise sales in the United Kingdom of more than 300,000 copies of these albums. Bring him home, Alfie Boe. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Wow.
That's to give you a pleasure to take on.
That's
Alfie
amazing.
will be
Thank you.
back later in the show performing the Walker Brothers classic, The Sun Ain't Gonna Shine Anymore, so you can hear him do that for mine. Thanks to the Platinum Disc owner, Alfie Bow.
Thanks, Alan. Cheers,
You're
man.
welcome.
Wow. That was amazing. I didn't know that was going to happen.
You did that. We'll try and keep some secrets from you. It's ever so good for the loo. Now, Brothers classic, The Sun Ain't Gonna Shine Anymore. Please welcome the one and only Alfie Bow.
Loneliness is a cloak you wear, deep shade of blue is always there. The sun ain't gonna shine anymore, the moon ain't gonna rise in the sky, the tears are always clouding your eyes when you're without love. Emptiness is a place you're in with nothing to lose but no more to win. The sun ain't gonna shine anymore, the moon ain't gonna rise in the sky, the tears are always clouding your eyes when you're without love. Lonely without you, baby. Girl, I need you. I can't go on. The sun ain't gonna shine anymore, the moon ain't gonna rise in the sky, the tears are always clouding your eyes when you're without The sun ain't gonna shine anymore, the moon ain't gonna rise in the sky, tears are always clouding your eyes. The sun ain't gonna shine anymore, moon ain't gonna rise in the sky, tears are always clouding your eyes when you're without love.
Alfie's album, Storyteller's out now. My thanks to all my guests today. I'm back next week with